That was really great. Brilliant. Welcome to the Jesus Alive Festival here in the town square today. We represent a number of churches, Kingdom Faith and Maranatha. And do you know Jesus is alive today and he wants to heal people? And if you've got a healing need, if you've got need for healing today, we encourage you just to go around to the back of the bandstand, and there's some people here that will pray for you. God is a God of miracles. Jesus is alive today. He proved it by coming back from the dead, and he's made himself known to many of us here in the square today, and we'd love you to come to know him. Tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock at Oriel High School in Maidenbough, we'll be meeting together there. You can hear life-changing stories, healings and miracles during the morning meeting there. You're very welcome to come to that, you'll enjoy it. And there's face painting going on here as well. I'm just going to ask Rob. Rob's going to come and just give us a brief story of what God's done for him, what Jesus means to him. Over to you, Rob.
Hi everyone, good afternoon. I hope you're having a good day today, and I just want to tell you a little bit about my story. My story normally goes on and on and on and on and on, but I have to be a little bit brief today, so I just want to say first of all, I've not been a Christian that long actually, and it was only when I did an Alpha course at church that I started to really realise what had been going on in my life, and more importantly what had happened in my past too, looking back on it. I grew up in a single parent family. My dad left when we were quite young, and it was us 4 kids and my mum, and we were quite poor, and we grew up in different council estates, and life was very tough for all of us kids. We had no faith or nothing to fall back on, just each other really, and times were tough for my mum, that's for sure. And I'd always wanted to be a dancer and an actor, and as a kid I started studying acting with Roy Hudd, and I got set to go to the West End when I was quite young, when I was about 11, and my life was set to go to the West End and become an actor. But sadly, those things didn't work out for me. The council estate that we grew up on had a paedophile ring involved in that council estate, and as a result a lot of us kids had a very, very difficult time for a couple of years living on that estate. And the end result of that is it had a massive effect on me, and emotionally I became quite quiet as a result of what happened to me, and I got quite lost in my life. And then I started smoking when I was quite young, I started drinking, and by the time I was 15 or 16 I was quite wild, and I got sent to a special school for kids that were like that. So I was very lost, and this had a deep upset on my mum, and it affected the whole family, what was going on with us. Now to bring the story forward, when I was 17 I did my first music video as a dancer with George Michael. I then appeared on Top of the Pops. I started appearing in films and TV stuff, and then I thought that's how my life was destined to be. And the ego overtook me of what I was starting to do in my life, and again I got quite lost in all of that with what was going on with me. Then to bring the story forward a touch, I travelled around Europe as a dancer. I travelled with 2 guys, we became the best of friends, and then out of the blue, when we came back, one of the guys committed suicide, and that had a terribly profound effect on me, and again it really, really upset me. To bring the story forward again, then I had another best friend of mine fall off of a roof. He was a roofer, and he died, and again that had another massive effect on me. And all these things were building up, all this hurt and pain was building up inside me, and I had nothing to fall back on, nothing to save me, no one to talk to. I had nothing at all. All I had was myself, and just trying to survive and exist in this world with this pain that I felt inside, and this lost and empty feeling that always seemed to be running with me. Now to bring the story forward again, a few years ago, 6 years ago, we planned a big family reunion, and we were due to meet up with my sister. My mum's Irish, we were due to meet up in Ireland, all of the family, and it was all set to do that, and my sister was so excited at the thought of all of us family getting together. And a guy with mental health problems, he was driving down the road, he saw my sister, he grabbed her off of the road, and unfortunately in that moment he took her life. He murdered her, and as you can imagine, having that experience of losing my sister, the girl that I loved more than anyone else in the world with all my heart. To lose her as well, on top of all the losses that I had, left me at a stage where I couldn't even begin to describe to you the hurt and pain that I felt inside me. So I really was lost at that point, and I still had nothing to fall back on. And the only thing I could fall back on was to carry on drinking and to carry on existing in this world just purely for myself in a very, very selfish way. Then someone introduced me to church, a friend introduced me to the idea of going and doing the Alpha course, and this I went and did. And in the process of doing that Alpha course, I found out two really powerful things. One is that living my life on my own, in my own selfish way, without a faith, without a belief in God, without an understanding of Jesus, it was worth me doing the Alpha course just to try and find out what this Bible was all about and what it meant to someone and what it could mean to me. And secondly, I was tired of living this life on my own, in my own existence all the time, in my own selfish way. I was tired of that, and it didn't work for me. So again, the Alpha course turned my life around. I made new friends through church. I got the healing over time, and I'm still healing now. But I got that healing in my life, and it really touched my heart that there was someone, something out there that was able to touch my heart and change my life around in the way that it did. Now, if I finish the story for you now, because I've talked too much already really, my sister loved children. I found out about a Christian charity that was involved with looking after kids in Romania. I've been involved with that charity now for 6 years. I've been a Christian for 6 years now, and it really has made a profound change in my life. I no longer live my life in my own selfish way. I do things like working for this charity. We built a children's home in Romania for kids, underprivileged kids. We're now in the process of building a hospice for kids out there. We've raised over £400,000. A handful of us, Christians, have gone out and done that. And we're making a difference, be it a small difference or if you want to call it a big difference, but we're making a difference in children's lives out there. So all I want to say for today is, very briefly, the Alpha course changed my life. Sorry Jerry, I know I've gone on, I'm nearly there. The Alpha course has changed my life, and I really, really express to everyone that's listening to me right now that it's really worth considering and thinking about exploring this faith, because it's worked for me and it's changed my life and it's really turned things around, and I praise Jesus for that every day of my life. So thank you for listening to me today, and have a lovely day. Thank you.
What a great story. Jesus is alive today, and he's